and we're about to talk about what Marvel is doing moving forward because it's really interesting how they're doing it. There's a lot of movies that they have slated. I know that, there's been things like, for instance, which I'll give you a second to finish editing it. Um, I know there's a couple questions I have about movies and such. Um, so right off the bat, the Eternals, and I put this up there as an image that I wanted you to read just because it goes over their names. And I don't know the names of the Eternals. I just know what they are. So we'll learn now together. But essentially the Eternals is an ancient, if I remember correctly, it's like an ancient alien race that is like all powerful, and it's like these group of people. I think there's like 12 of them or something like that, or 10 of them or something like
It's
that. We're
it's a lot to fit
basically,
on one screen. That's how many there are. There's a lot.
yeah, Dylan is struggling, and we appreciate it.
Hmm.
But essentially, the Eternals are like these all-powerful beings that existed a long time ago. And I believe are the okay, Dylan, you might have to help me out with this. Are the Eternals the same thing as like the Collector and
Um,
everything?
I don't believe so. I think the collector was just a freak, and I think they're more
No,
along
because
the lines of like
the Collector, because there's the Eternals, and then there's like another race of beings that are like the most powerful beings in the universe. Like,
I think it was the
and
Watchers, wasn't it?
no, it's not the Watchers. It's like the Collector was one of them, and then Goldblum was another one from Thor.
Right.
He was the gameskeeper or whatever. There's like it's this race, and you can actually remember because they have a blue the Collector, if you remember, had a blue streak down his chin, and so did Jeff Goldblum in the movie, and it was because they're related. They're both brothers.
Okay. Yeah. I do know what you're talking about. The name is the Grandmasters? No, he is the Grandmaster. That's right.
Yeah, he is the Grandmaster.
Elders, the Elders of the Universe.
Yes, that is what they are. The Elders or whatever is the head of the renowned as the largest keeper. Blah blah. Yeah, so they're like this original. They're like the original beings of the universe. Um, that are like the most powerful beings in the entire universe.
And of course they're evil.
Yeah, well, they're not really evil. They just don't care because
Yeah.
they're more powerful than everybody else. So they're just like, do whatever. And
Yeah.
like they only care about like whatever they're doing at the time. But I know they're all like brothers and sisters. The Collector's one of them, Gameskeeper's one. But essentially I think they're different than the Eternals. These are like these people are more powerful than the Eternals.
Yeah.
Like I think the Collector's more powerful, if I remember correctly.
Is it supposed to be like they're the antagonists of this then? Because I was always wondering who's supposed to be the conflict in a
Yeah, I don't
Eternals
know.
movie.
I don't know. I don't know
Unless it's
who
like
the enemy is.
themselves.
Yeah.
They
Well,
fight amongst themselves.
there's like one Eternal that's like man, the same name, distributed, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. After an unexpected tragedy follows the events, the Eternals, an immortal alien race created by the Celestials. That's what they're called. That's what they're
Oh,
called.
yes.
That's what the Collector and them are called, the Celestials.
Okay.
Secretly, the Celestials who have secretly lived on Earth for over 7,000 years reunite to protect humanity from their evil counterparts, the Deviants. That's what it is. Okay, this is now it's all coming together. The Deviants are the bad guys against the Eternals, and I'm pretty sure that Thanos is like half deviant,
Okay.
and that's why Thanos is Thanos. That's because he's not half. I think he's half deviant.
Okay. That's all
So,
the
and that's why
lore.
Thanos yeah, that's why Thanos is, like, different than his own people. Okay, it's starting to come back to me now. I remember some of this when I was reading it. Yeah, essentially, the Eternals are an immortal alien race that were created by the Celestials. Celestials are the Gameskeeper, which is Jeff Goldblum, um, Benicio del Toro, which was, the Collector. Those are the Celestials. They're the ones that they're, like, the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe. They created the, Eternals. who are gonna fight the deviants, and the deviants, like I said, is Thanos' half deviant.
Okay, okay.
So there we go. Figured it out finally. Took me a little bit, but
Yeah,
yeah. Okay. So they all just basically they're all just superheroes with like specific abilities. So
yeah.
it's basically like a Justice League, but like a weird Justice League.
They just think they're better than everyone else, kind of Justice League.
Yeah, like Angelina Jolie, it says her character can form any weapon out of cosmic energy, develops a close bond Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh over the centuries. Icarus, which is played by the guy from Game of Thrones, Richard Madden. He's the tactical leader of the Eternals who can fly, project energy beams from his eyes, and has superhuman strength, aka very like Superman-esque type of character. Um, Another Eternal can project energy projectiles from their hands. Um, Another one, super speed. Yeah, they're literally just like the Justice League, but like a group of like ancient, aliens that are immortal.
Yeah.
So okay, so
Interesting
yeah, that's
cast.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely an interesting cast. There's some people in here that I didn't expect to be in here. I'll tell you that
Like
much.
Angelina Jolie, I did not know she had anything to do with this until now.
No, and yeah, it's an interesting cast. I'm excited for it because it's a Marvel production, and so it's obviously it's something that's interesting. And I love that Marvel is like now starting to explore some more obscure characters, like Shang-Chi, who's really obviously not super like well known, and then you have the Eternals and all this stuff. I love that they're bringing Blade in. I love that they're doing obviously another Guardians of the Galaxy with Thor involved. Then you have Love and Thunder. The one thing I do wanna say is I'm really interested on what they're gonna do with Black Panther because,
Yeah.
like, I obviously, rest in peace to one of my favorite actors. Um, I don't know what they're gonna do with the character. I don't understand what you do. I mean, how do you get over losing, like, Chadwick Boseman? I mean, he's one of the, Chadwick Boseman was a guy who's gonna be one of those actors that was gonna be, like, heading the franchise moving forward.
Yeah.
One of the younger actors, him, Tom Holland is Spider-Man, those characters that are a little bit younger that can develop the next massive production phases and stuff. So,
Yeah.
I don't know how they move forward. Me and my dad were talking, maybe, they're Marvel, they can figure it out. Maybe they bring back Michael B. Jordan,
I did hear stuff
and
like that, yeah.
instead of him being dead, he's, like, revived, but, like, feels like a sense of, like, belonging finally, like, he can become the Black Panther, or something like that. I could see them doing that, and obviously Michael B. Jordan's an incredible actor, so, like, I would be 100% happy if Michael B. Jordan, like, if anybody's gonna take over the Black Panther role, Michael B. Jordan is, like, the most fitting actor for that. It's just one of those where they'd have to work some magic to get it to make sense storyline wise, but also, like, can you really blame them for having to make magic happen when Chadwick, unfortunately passed away so early on, in his life and career, so
Yeah, I think they get a
it's
free pass no matter what, honestly. Like, there's no way they're gonna be really held back too much for it. I know, like, the most common thing is, like, they'll just have, like, Shuri be Black Panther instead, and actually I just saw this come up, like, on the timeline as well, but apparently Martin Freeman is gonna be back in Black Panther, so that's pretty neat.
okay.
As Everett Ross. I thought he was pretty fun. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I like them.
I like. I'm sure. I know they've had more time about this. Like I think actually like he told like Kevin Feige, however you say it.
Kevin Feige.
Yeah, like a really long time ago, like maybe even Infinity War type of filming of what was going on. I think that they knew about it, so they had time to plan on it just in case. And I'm sure they do that because of course they would.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're a corporation, and you have to assume all possibilities are possible, and that's so. Unfortunately, I'm sure they probably had an unfortunate plan for if that was to occur, which it did. So I'm sure that there's something there. I just, I'm fine with Shuri becoming like a Black Panther. I just don't know if you built the Black Panther character up, and I loved the first Black Panther, everything about it, the story, the action, obviously the actors and characters and everything, and then the soundtrack was fantastic by Kendrick. I absolutely loved everything about Black Panther. It's just I don't it's one of those where it's just I don't know how you transition well moving forward because I was really looking forward to Black Panther being a bigger part of the Marvel universe, and obviously with Chadwick being gone, it's hard to take the same character, the same vibe and everything. Like I said, I don't think it's going to happen, but I do wish that they would do something with maybe like Michael B. Jordan being revived and coming back and taking over taking the mantle, as one of those maybe where, maybe same thing that happened with the Winter Soldier, where he spent time in Wakanda, and after being defeated and everything like that, spent time in Wakanda. Yeah, he got deprogrammed, but the thing is like he spent time in Wakanda and then came out and now is the person you root for. Maybe that's the same thing with Michael B. Jordan. Maybe Michael B. Jordan comes back as a character who's understood in his defeat that he was wrong, and that he needs to look at everything a little bit differently, and then he becomes the Black Panther.
Yeah, so apparently, two things. Apparently, uh, Feige, Phage, whatever, still can't
Kevin
say it.
Feige.
Kevin
Just say
Feige.
Kevin Feige.
Okay. So apparently he didn't know about his cancer until he died. I was completely wrong upon that. And they also
Wow.
confirmed that Black Panther character would be retired going forward instead of
Oh,
having someone to step in place of that. So apparently Wakanda Forever is supposed to focus on the supporting cast and like Wakanda itself. So I don't know how you do that exactly without a main
yeah.
lead,
I
but
mean, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna hope for the best, but it's gonna be an uphill battle when it's you don't have the character that is the centerpiece. So I
yeah.
don't know. Like I said, I really hope that they do something. I really hope that they don't just straight up leave it as Black Panther's gone. Like I really hope that they do something along the lines of bringing in somebody.
Yeah, it's just such a weird, like, tough situation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
What do they?
I
How long do they say it's supposed to be until it comes out now? Do they give themselves like a year, 2 years? Was
I
it?
think it's 2022, so or late 2022
Wow,
if
wow,
I
that's
remember
crazy.
correctly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do in that situation. It'd be really interesting either way. I'm sure they'll come up with something, but like I don't even know. You have to hit so many marks. You have to like be respectful. You have to also stick with your decisions you already made. You also still have to progress your outward universe. Like that's such. That's I don't. It's a very interesting challenge to go over, and it's like there's no way to replace like obviously him and the impact to the character regardless. So like
Mhm.
you're setting yourself up to lose more or less, but I mean you have to do something, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you seen all the article about it now?
Well, I'm reading the article now about the villain of the movie, and
Is
that
that
it's going to be named.
disclosed?
Yeah, it says that somebody revealed that basically it's gonna be Neymar,
Soccer
which
player?
is no, no,
Yeah.
or Neymar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's the king. The movie idea was essentially Wakanda Forever was supposed to be a clash between monarchs of Wakanda and the ruler of Atlantis.
Oh, okay.
However, with T'Challa being written out, Neymar will see an opening to conquer the nation now that it's weak from losing its beloved leader. Roman also teases that there will be a huge battle between the two kingdoms in the sequel. Comic book readers will know that Neymar has been utilized as both a hero and villain and everything in between over the decades.
How do they address the situation too? Like and like obviously in the movie, besides like the actual plot and where it's going.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess basically what it's saying is that it was supposed to be a battle between these two kings. The
Yeah.
king, obviously Black Panther fighting the king of Atlantis, but it's basically now saying that the movie has now shifted to where basically it might instead of being a battle of kings, it might be a battle of kingdoms where they're fighting each other. The Wakanda or Wakandans and Atlanteans.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Still could be entertaining. Like I said, I wish that they would do something with the Black Panther. Like I understand being respectful to Chadwick Boseman and everything like that, but I also feel like, do like I said, I feel like honestly the best way to do it would be to bring back Michael B. Jordan and him not become the Black Panther, but become, you know, like I think he was like the Black Jaguar or something like that, or he was like a jaguar
Yeah, yeah.
or something,
I forget what his character's
something
name
like
was.
that. Yeah, I forget what he was technically, but just something where, like, he's, like, coming back and it's like, Black Panther died with Chadwick. That's okay, we understand that, but, like, to be respectful with the character, let's bring in the other guy from the movie, like, the other character who's also a massive named actor.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
think
don't know.
that would be respectful.
I can kind of agree with that. I think it'd be something. I don't know. I guess I can't compare against something I don't know what they're gonna do, but
Yeah.